Aaron Philo, open it up for questions. Kelly?
Haynes, coach said that he wasn't sure even before the game if you were playing. When did you make the decision that you'd be able to at least give it a go?
I was telling him I was playing. I was going to fight through it. No matter what role I was going to play, I wanted to play, whether or not if my shoulder was ready or not, because, you know, going into the game, I knew a big part of my role was going to be operating the offense and having some run plays as well.
Thanks. All right, then Garrett.
Aaron, when did you find out that there was a possibility that the two of you would be alternating during the game?
It was kind of a thing early in the week. We just knew what the game plan was going to be, and the coaches put together a great game plan, and we executed it.
Garrett.
Haynes, you're all you're banged up. You come in here, mental toughness. I mean, and then you have, but then you come out here and you put up 100 total yards rushing, and then you complete all 6 of your passes. I mean, just talk a little bit about this performance today, what this means to you, just as somebody who willed his way through this game and then performed as well as he did.
You know, shout out to the offensive line first of all. We definitely wouldn't have had this game with like being that successful running the football, operating the offense if it wasn't for them. You know, those 5 guys up front did a hell of a job. They do it every week, preparing, doing whatever it takes. And you know, I kept looking at each one of them in the eyes. I was like, let's find a way. There's no more excuses. We're gonna find a way to win this one.
Chad.
Hey, what is this internal struggle like, wanting to play every week, but knowing that maybe you're not ready, or the training staff is just telling you it's not a go this week, having to balance that patience with that will to want to be out there?
It's definitely hard, but each and every week you have a different role. Whatever role it is, if you do your job and you own up to that role, you're going to put the team in successful positions. And this week it just so happened I was going to be able to run most of the run plays, and that's what happened. I took that role with pride and dignity and got it done.
Raphael.
Aaron, usually you don't have freshman quarterbacks being this type of game this way, where they win like this, a big game like this. Can you talk about what's going through your mind right now after the win? And Haynes, can you elaborate on what you thought of this play as well?
You know, really, I just put all my trust in the Lord. I'm very big in my faith, so it keeps me kind of level-headed. Don't let the moment get too big. Don't let it get too small. Just kind of stay level-headed. And so I just put my trust in Him, and He delivered for me.
Right here.
Can you answer the question? Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, just to follow up with that, like, you know, everybody knows Philo. He's going to be a baller, and he does what it takes and what needs to go on during the week to be able to prepare the right way and compete each and every day. And you know, when you do stuff the right way, like consistently, this is what happens. And for him to finally go out there and show, you know, the hard work that he's put in this whole year, you know, it's just pretty remarkable, and I'm very excited for him.
Two questions for you. This is for Philo. I want to walk you back through a play. 3rd and 18, going into the 4th quarter. You find your guy. You guys have a great connection, you and Bailey Stockton. What's going through your head on that play? I mean, it's a critical play in the game. Just what was your thoughts on that play?
I mean, it was just a across-the-board read. Looked at Eric. They had him doubled, so came to the crosser and found Bailey. He was wide open, so it worked out.
One more, and then I want to go back through 3rd and 8. Game is practically on the line. You got to try to take more, you know, time off the clock. Miami crowd is kind of in it. What's going through your head on that play when you find, you know, you buy a little bit of time, but you finally leave for the big time catch?
I mean, I just knew I had a job to do, and O-line protected. Malik got open, and we found a way to get it done.
Haynes, I wanted to ask you, there was a really smart play on the pop pass, the last real offensive play you guys ran. Derek, he slid and went down so you guys could run the clock out. Was that something you guys had talked about in the huddle? Was it something you told the guys before the play to make sure maybe they go down to going into the end zone if it popped?
Yeah, and actually I asked that question. I believe the play before, it was just in case. You don't know, different situations calls for different events. You know, you don't want to pop one and score and give them another chance. So that's definitely a big question that needed to be answered, and we answered it in the huddle. And you know, it was a little replay, and felt like he could get the edge, and he got the edge and went down and executed. And that's what we ask of everybody.
Rod and Michael, and then we'll end it and bring in other players.
The end around seemed to work all day. Is that something you saw in film, you know, leading up to the game? You felt like you'd be, you know, successful with that play?
Oh yes, no doubt. And you know, just going into the week, we knew they were going to make an adjustment as well. I felt like we did a really good job communicating what their adjustment was, and you know, kind of countering that adjustment. And you know, sometimes with all the twists and stunts and stuff, it might be easier to get the edge. And it's all predicated on what plays called, you know. And it was just one of those plays that, you know, if we can get the edge, give it to them. If not, you're up the middle. And number said, toss in the ball, and rest is history, you know.
Haynes, you rushed 20 times. A lot of those were in the middle. You took a lot of hits today. I saw a few times you were kind of shaking your arm out. I mean, how did the shoulder hold up, do you think?
I feel like it's held up pretty good. You know, getting hit on it was never a question, even before. You know, that's not really necessarily like what caused the injury. So, you know, we had no question on taking a hit. And, you know, I thank God and thank my parents on the way they raised me and stuff like that to be tough and mentally tough and fight through some of those stuff.
Awesome. Thank you, fellas.